Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming my August favorites. So August was a nice month, I guess. I started school, but like it's kind of chill in the beginning, and I am an online student, so I don't need to go anywhere, and that's great. I don't need to meet any new people. I think it's going fine. I kind of feel very apprehensive about my future and the studies I'm doing, because I feel like it's not really for me, but I'm just doing something because I feel like I have to, and that's a long thing I can go into detail about how I feel, what I'm doing about my life. It's not going well, but yeah, that's not why we are here today. I just like to update you about what I'm doing. So yay, not really a favorite thing that happened, but yeah, I started that, and I guess I will update you as we go every month, because yeah, when I look back at these I can be like, why did I use brain cells back then? I want to talk about shows and movies first, but yeah, I started a couple new ones I've been rewatching a lot, and I'm trying to like talk about different things in these. So like if I talked about something before, I try to like talk about something else in this one. But yeah, I started some new things, and some I will just mention a bit quickly because I think I'll talk about them more when I finish them. But I started Given, which is an anime, and I started a manga as well in August. And I have only watched 3 episodes, and I think I read, or 2 maybe, and I read like 2 volumes, and I'm gonna read a 3rd one now in September. And it basically follows these different characters, and they start this band together, and it is very gay, and I really like it. So yeah, really recommend that. But I will probably mention it in one of my favorites when I actually finished the anime. I also watched in August Umbrella Academy season 2, which I really enjoyed. And if you don't know, Umbrella Academy is a series on Netflix, and it follows this really dysfunctional family where they were all adopted, born on the same day, kind of magically, because none of the mothers that got them knew they were pregnant beforehand, and they all had different powers. And in the first season I had several, I would say, story issues with the series. I didn't like the pacing, and I started to hate a lot of the characters, and just had like story issues with it. But I still enjoy like any superhero thing. I want it all. And in season 2 I feel like all the problems I had with season 1 kind of went away. I feel like all the characters that I disliked in season 1, and the reason I disliked them was way in season 2, and everything was just better, the story was better. So personally I preferred season 2, and I think like I enjoyed that so much more than season 1. And now I feel like I could rewatch season 1 knowing that the frustrations that I had there will be cleared up in season 2. And I'm really excited that it will come more, because I definitely think that the story is really fun right now, and I just love superpowers and dysfunctional families. I also finally finished the anime Demon Slayer, and this one I started watching like last year, I don't even remember, and I never finished it because like I suck at finishing things, and I watched it with my best friend and we were really slow. But we finally finished it, and I absolutely love it. I actually read the 4th volume of the manga now in September, and I'm going to keep reading it and hopefully catch up on where the anime is and see what the story develops. And it follows the main character that I of course can't remember the name of, and his sister is turned into a demon, and then he becomes a demon slayer to find out more about demons so he can cure her from her demonism. And it's just story basically where he goes around and kills demons. Very standard like manga anime thing, but I really enjoy it, and the anime is so fun. And I think like yes, it has like maybe a typical concept you've seen before in anime and manga stuff, etc., but it just has so much heart, and it's really fun. Has these hilarious humorous moments, but it also has so much seriousness as well. So yeah, really enjoy it. I'm so excited for the 2nd season. I know it's really popular, and I'm excited to continue the manga series and know everything that's gonna happen. I know I'm very quick right now, which is like mentions, because I couldn't pick out like 1 or 2 specific favorite things. I'm like mentioning it all, and that's why it's going a bit quickly. Hope you will deal with this. I also finished the anime for The Promised Neverland, and this one only has like 12 episodes, I think. We had already seen 4 episodes from before, but I am ahead in the manga, so I knew everything that was going to happen. But I love the manga and the anime so much. I know that more episodes is coming in January next year, and I'm so excited to just see everything unfold. I know like it's the same thing, but I just love reading the manga, see the anime, or the opposite. Watch the anime and read the manga afterwards. I say read, watch, anime and manga, they all mix up together, and I'm sorry. It's one of my favorites of all time, and I feel like it's always hard to talk about this because it depends what you count as a spoiler. The whole thing that what it's about says behind on the 1st volume, but like I didn't know it going into it, so I would count it as a spoiler, but it's not because it says it is an opposite of the 1st one. I don't know, but it basically follows these kids that lives in this, I was gonna say kindergarten orphanage, and they're super happy and they like a perfect idyllic life, but then there's a big secret behind why they're living there. I just feel like, oh, I got goosebumps. I just feel like I don't want to say more than that, but I feel like I would want to. It's very like a thing you can't talk about unless they actually watch/read the thing. I think By the way, since we're talking about anime and manga, one of the reasons I love to do both mediums so much is that usually it is based upon a manga series or like a light novel series, and usually they always take like everything directly from the manga and onto screen, so it's like the perfect adaptation, except when they don't have more manga and then they make up an ending. That has happened several times, of course. For people who craves adaptations to read something and watch it full on screen perfectly, it's like the perfect dream. But of course, like, they do take creative things, and sometimes they make the anime first and then make a manga out of the anime, and then it's like definitely the same thing, because then it is made from the things you watch. But you could do the opposite and like start with the manga even though the anime was made first. And yeah, I just love it so much. I love doing both. And for the end, I also started Hotel de Lula, but I haven't watched that much. I only watched 3 episodes. I feel like I can't talk about it more until I finished it, so look out for like a future monthly favorite when I finally finished it to see what I think about it. But so far it's really, really good, and it follows this hotel basically where the people who have died go to before they decide to move on, and of course romance and stuff. We'll talk about it more in a later video, just wanted to mention it here. The last thing that I watched, which was a movie, it was called Searching, and this one is a movie following an Asian American family, and the mother dies of cancer sadly, and then we see like them a few years later, and then the daughter in the family disappears and we see her father looking for her. That's why it's called Searching. And this movie is told not like through normal pictures, it's told completely through a computer screen, and we see everything he does on the computer and see them talking on the computer, and like for example like news outlets, etc. So it's like nothing seeing them doing it. I don't know how to explain it. It's told to the computer, okay, and it's just so good. And like, I love mysteries and stuff. I feel like I enjoy more watching them than reading them, because I feel like I have been tainted by like the Nordic Nor genre here in Norway. But yeah, and it was just so engaging. I was gonna do like chill on my phone and stuff in the meantime, because I do that when I watch things. I'm sorry if you think that's annoying. I just couldn't look away from the screen because it was so exciting, and I kept thinking about it later and how like, yes, some people said that the plot twists were maybe a bit cheap or whatever, but I just think it's because it was so good foreshadowing that you didn't think it was foreshadowing. Like when I found out everything that was behind everything and I looked back on it and I thought about foreshadowing, yes, it was obvious, but they did that on purpose, because nothing on the screen was ever something that was just put there randomly. Everything on the screen had meaning, and that is why the story was good, and that is why when it came together, some people would say, oh my god, but it was so obvious because we saw it in the beginning, blah blah blah. And not like they literally saw it, but you get the point. But I think that was one of the things that made the story good, because then it was fun to think about, oh yeah, they showed us that, and that is why that, and that is why the pieces fit so well together. And I think that was a really good job out of it. I loved acting, like how you can act through like a little screen thing. Like obviously that's not how they filmed it, but like how it was portrayed on screen was so good. The story was so engaging. I cried because it was so emotional. And yeah, I thought the story was gonna go in 2 different directions, and it surprised me both sides. And it's a movie I really recommend. Watch it on Netflix. I don't know which countries it is available in, but it was just so good, and I have been thinking about it a lot since finishing it. And I want to find an as engaging book as this. I feel like I need to branch more out into like the mystery thriller genre to find like more books that I know will hook me in, because a mystery is fun, but the kinds of mysteries I've been reading hasn't engaged me in ways that I wanted it to. Either way, that was all the things I watched that I wanted to talk about. It was a lot. I usually don't have that much, but August happened. Yes, there's so much walking above me, so I'm sorry if you can hear like the sound. Is really annoying. I'm looking at the list of all the books I read in August. I read 36 books. And picking a favorite was like one of the hardest things, because it was that kind of month where I read like a few books that like I was like, I didn't like that much, but like that was not a lot, like 2 maybe. And then the rest are all like 3 stars, which were like they were fine, I like them, or 4 stars, which were like I enjoyed them, but they were like I think that gave me the 5-star feel. It was, I need to go and get them. I clearly prepared really well for this. Give me a moment. I feel like there's definitely some 4-star books here that I could talk about, but then when I start on like 1 4-star book, I will talk about them all, so we will see. Either way, I gave 5 stars to A Thief Among the Trees by Salvatore Hare. This one is a graphic novel belonging to the Amber and Ashes series, and it follows Helen and Elias when they are 5ers, so that's when they were sent on missions before they're trained to be masks. And we see like them doing their missions and stuff. And here they're on this island and they're supposed to steal this poison, and everything goes wrong that could go wrong. And first of all, I love graphic novels and mangas, as I you could tell from a minute ago. And this one, I've been so excited for it because anything in this world, anything Sabbath riots, I am 100% in for it. And I was so excited when this was announced, and it was so fun and so much full of heart, and seeing it as kids, oh my god, getting goosebumps. It was just so adorable. And yeah, it's so harsh and horrible story, but the end, oh my god, I'm getting so many goosebumps right now. I clearly can't describe this thing, but it was just so good. So if you liked Anna Ashes, you like graphic novels, please pick this up. I think like you could enjoy this as a story on its own without actually having read Anna Ashes, just because like it has world building and you don't need to know the whole context of the story coming many years later to read this. But like, of course, I recommend reading both because hello, you have to read that. It's one of my favorite books of all time. It was just really, really good. I apparently don't have more words, but yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, clearly, so that was what it deserved. Also ended up giving 5 out of 5 stars to Witchwood by Tara Murphy, and this one is the companion slash sequel to Furthermore, and Furthermore I gave 5 stars to in August, in July. I'm mixing up the months here, and clearly this deserves 5 stars too. This one follows Lila, which I know, I'm sorry. She washes bodies and her parents are, one died and the other one abandoned her, and she had been washing bodies alone as a really big job that she can't do on her own. And then we see Alice and what's his name, Oliver? Yeah, Oliver, them coming to help her. So we see them from Furthermore, and yeah, it's just this story about accepting help and friendship, and also like dead bodies which were creepy, and just like they're like watching them, and oh yeah, it was, yeah, it's like a book I feel like I should have read in October instead. And they also in this city where it's like really wintry and cold all the time, so just the atmosphere is beautiful and the way it was told. I loved it so much. I really enjoyed Furthermore and loved the whimsicalness of Furthermore, where like things would just turn on his head and it was very original and fun. But this one I enjoyed for other reasons. It wasn't as whimsical anymore, it was more serious, it was more, had more weight of like abandonment and love and family and finding family, and I love that. And it was just a different kind of story, but still so good. Like, I usually don't do this, but I feel like since I mentioned so many seriouses except like one fave, because if I was gonna talk about like one fave in oh my god, it's so noisy, I'm so sorry, please. If I was gonna talk about one fave for like the things I watch, it would probably only be Searching, because that's the one that stuck so much with me. I feel like I should have like an honorable mentions now since I mentioned so many seriouses instead of like one fave. Those were the things I gave 5 stars, but these are just like things I really enjoyed, but I didn't get a 5 star, but I still feel like they are faves. I won't talk that long about them now because I will talk about them in my wrap up, but yeah, I feel like I should just do an honorable mention of things. So I got a whole pile for you. So we have Given, but I did already talk about Given, so at least I didn't disappoint myself. I mean, at least I did that. We have Spy Family, which is the first volume in this series that just came in English. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, so I recommend checking out. It's about a family that have a lot of different secrets. One is a telepath, the other one is an assassin, and the last one is a spy, and it's hilarious. I'm throwing things. A beautiful, foolish endeavor, the sequel to an absolutely remarkable thing. I did enjoy the first book more, but still, it was a solid story. And then I read Harrow the Night, which is the sequel to Gideon the Knight, and I enjoyed it so much. Not as much as the first one, but still, such a solid story with so like how it turned, man. In my wrap up, as I said. And then I also read The City We Became, which is like was really good and super weird, and it was also the Faes and Gaze book club pick, which is a book club I am co-hosting, and we actually had a live show really recently, so I will link that down below if you want like a whole full discussion on it. But I really enjoyed it, even though it also is a book to really discuss too. Yay! And then last but not least, To Sleep in the Sea of Stars, which a review will be up like super soon. It's one of my faves. It didn't get quite 5 stars, but it was still so solid and good, and it's so big, but yeah. So that was just some honorable mentions. Now I really felt like doing it. I am sorry for being such a mess as always, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't been gaming almost at all in August because I read like a crazy person because I made my TBR way too big, and I feel like I just read and tried to do school, and that was all I did. I know I worked, so yay. But yay, I keep saying yay yay, as you know. I'm sorry for the noise. Thank you so much for watching. You will see me soon in a new video, and bye!